Time to wake up. It's currently 8:45 in the morning. I'm a little behind today. Normally I'm up by, 7:30, 8 o'clock. I was living on the wild side by staying up late and watching a VHS of Cape Fear, so I went to bed a little later than normal. The band will be in at noon today, so that means I'm going to want to get to the studio by 11 a.m. So I'm a little behind, but, not too far behind. So right now, got to get my morning reading in, and then I got to go for a 3-mile run, which I don't feel like doing, but I got to do. So there's that. All right, time to head out for this 3-mile run. About 1.5 miles in, or in other words, halfway over. Home stretch. Time for the brutal part. The run is over with. 3 miles in the bag. I generally do this 3 times a week, and on Mondays I do a shorter run. So weight lift Monday, Wednesday, Friday, cardio Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and a short cardio on Monday nights or directly after my weight workout. Now, why do I put myself through this misery? Well, one, it's not misery, actually I really like it. I don't like getting started, but I like when it's over with. And I sit on my ass all day for my job. I'm in front of a computer all day indoors. So I'm in my mid-30s now, heading towards my late 30s, and gotta take care of myself. It's around 10:30 a.m. Just got done with my run, all showered up, and time to make some breakfast. Now, luckily, I thought ahead and made myself some protein pancake mix yesterday. I had a feeling I was going to be extra lazy today, and thinking ahead like this prevents me from eating these puffins. So remember, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now, if you're wondering what's in here, it's simply oatmeal, banana, some fat-free cottage cheese, and some egg whites, and some cinnamon. And tastes great, and it's very filling. Okay, pancakes are done. Now, unfortunately, I overcooked it, so it looks kind of nasty, but I'm sure it'll be tasty nonetheless. Got my coffee, water, and multivitamins. Now, I just want to say this. I know this is not a health channel, but the reason why I like meals like this is because they're nutritious, low in calories, high in protein, but the key is that they're very filling. I don't know about you, but I need to eat. I need to be full. I don't want to eat like a bird. And something like this is great, again, because it's very filling, keeps me full for many hours. Way more filling than normal pancakes. I mean, I could eat a stack of normal pancakes in 5 seconds and then be hungry in 2 hours. I'm a big eater. So because I'm a big eater, I have to eat healthy stuff. All right, so the band is going to be in at noon, which is a little over an hour from now. And today's a Saturday. And to be specific, it's Saturday, April 24th. Now, the truth is, at this point in my career, I rarely work on weekends. And to be honest with you, I'm not really working today. Now, yes, this video is about recording drums, which is true, which is what we're going to do, especially when it comes to setting up microphones. But for today's session, I'm actually going to be having my fellow producer, engineer, Ben Karras, track these drums for me. These days, I have so much going on, especially with my YouTube channel and the never-ending mix projects that just go on, that I don't have enough time to track fully as much as I would like. So because of that, I have other producers and engineers help along the way with the tracking and the editing. So for example, with this project, Ben is going to be doing all of the drum tracking, then he's going to be doing all of the drum editing. I'm going to be doing the rhythm guitar recording, the bass recording, and then Brianna Testa, shout out to Brianna, she's going to be doing the lead guitar recording and the vocal recording. And we're doing it over the course of 3 weeks because the band can only track on weekends. And also with everything going on in the world, we're following social distancing guidelines, keeping the studio nice and clean. So it's important that we don't have session after session after session with too many people crammed in the room. And to be honest with you, I really enjoy this process. I love collaborating with other producers and engineers. It takes a lot of the weight off of me. So when it comes time to dig into the mix, I'm fully focused and energized. And I really like this band that we're working with. It's a band called Mainline. I've used some of their music
in some of my tutorials. They're really young, but they have an old school, kind of like, I don't know, an Ozzy-ish. I always think of like the ultimate sin, a nice fat drum sound, really great guitar playing, excellent vocals, great bass playing. They're just a great all-around band. They come in prepared. And to be honest, I haven't tracked in a while. Again, I've been so busy mixing that Ben does the majority of my tracking, and I'm doing the tracking for the rhythm guitars and the bass for this particular project. A, because I really like the band, I really enjoy working with them, they're cool guys, and we love talking about horror films. And B, I just miss tracking. It's been forever. I'm mainly just mixing out of my home studio while Ben is at the studio tracking and taking care of that end of things. So I know this YouTube video is a little different. I just thought it'd be cool to document part of my day and to just demonstrate to you the choices we make when it comes to drum miking techniques and drum recording, because I'm feeling feisty. I think I might experiment with room mics today. I installed a new patch bay at the studio, so there's a little more flexibility as far as the channel count. So it should be fun. So right now I'm just gonna wrap up this meal, then I'm gonna head to the studio, meet up with Ben, greet the band, and show you what's going down.
Okay, home sweet home. I am here. Yeah, this building looks dilapidated, but a lot of cool stuff happens here. And I gotta say, it is an absolutely beautiful day out. And thank God I only have to be here for a couple hours. All right, let's head on in. All right, my second cardio session for the day is walking up these stairs. Oh, and I just want to mention this. My good friends in a studio called North End Recording. We're right here on the second floor. I've done a bunch of recording out here, not in a while since the apocalypse has started, but I just wanted to mention that. In the same building. Okay, I'm not sure if Ben is here yet. I guess I'll find out in a few minutes. On the third floor, let's see what's happening. Okay, it looks like I'm the first one here. Ben is not here yet. So let's get all these lights. And of course, gotta get those TVs and the tiki table on. Tiki table on. LED lights on. And look at that, we got the fly kicking. Now, if you're not familiar with my studio, I have a constant loop of horror that plays 24/7. I've digitized all my VHS tapes and they play on a MIDI computer 24/7. And I've got a bunch of retro games on this computer. Everything from Super Nintendo, Game Gear, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, regular Nintendo, PlayStation. Well, not all the PlayStation games, they're too big, but a few. But yeah, every game ever made for the good old classic stuff. And there you go. Now, I was here yesterday to get the house kit nice and in tune. So today should be pretty much plug and play as far as miking is concerned. The band is using my kit with their cymbals, their pedals. But yeah, I just wanted to come here and show you how we go about getting these drum sounds. Now, I've installed 2 room mics up high in the corner of the room that always stay there. There's also a PZM on the ground, a mono room mic behind this shelf. And they're hardwired into my system, but that can be changed with the patch bay. And everything else plugs in to the snake over here. Now, Ben is a madman, and he likes to experiment with a lot of different miking techniques. So today I'm just gonna make sure that I get my nice tried and true workhorse techniques in place. And then I'll let him experiment and add his spice on top of that. Now, I don't even have to be here today. Normally he just does the tracking and I'm not even here. But like I said, I really like this band. They're cool guys. Haven't seen them in a while. And I thought it'd be a cool video to just show you how we go about doing things at Frightbox Recording. So as you can see here, I just have the 57s just hanging out there. Obviously, all of these mic positions will be changed once the band is all set up. You never know what the drummer's gonna come in with as far as cymbals are concerned. And yeah, and like I said earlier, while I was eating breakfast, I really want to experiment with some crazy room micage. I'm gonna actually stick some PZMs on the ground. I have these mics. I actually learned this from North End Recording, the studio I just mentioned. They have these mics downstairs. They're not even that expensive. They're boundary microphones meant for conferences. This is the AT871R by Audio-Technica. Again, it's meant for conferencing, I'm pretty sure. And they have a bunch downstairs. I used them as room mics once and I absolutely loved it because they're not bright and they stay on the ground. So they kind of like help project the cymbals. And I have 2 over there that are gonna go on the ground over here and I have an additional one behind this shelf that stays there permanently. And those 2 room mics up there, again, are there permanently as well. But we're gonna add even more room mics. I'm upping my room mic game in 2021. Oh, one thing I want to mention, if you do decide to pick up these mics, I don't even think you can get them new. You can get them used on eBay for pretty cheap. These were like 50 bucks each. You have to get mini XLRs. So this end is a lot smaller than a normal XLR, and the other end is a traditional sized XLR. And they stay wrapped up like this because these cables are very delicate and they're a pain in the ass to wrap up again once you take them apart. So I just keep them wrapped up and I just attach a regular XLR to this end, and it just keeps, session running smoother, less cleanup, less messing around with cables. So it's around 11:15. Ben should be here any minute and we will get to work. So I'm still waiting for Ben, and I just want to say this. If you notice, I don't even have my computer here. We all use our own laptops. It just makes things simpler. We all run Pro Tools. We use our own laptops when we run our own sessions, and we send Pro Tools sessions to each other at the end of the session. So for example, when Ben is done recording these drums and editing them, he will send me the finalized Pro Tools sessions on his end. I will take them, I'll record the guitars and bass directly into those sessions. Then I will send those sessions to Brianna, and she will send me the sessions when they're done tracking vocals and leads. And then I'll dig into those sessions, mix, master, done. So yeah, I've just found that using laptops among the different producers is just the way to go. Keeps things minimal, clean, and just really straightforward. All I have to say is how sweet is Jeff Goldblum's hair in The Fly. Actually, the building he's in looks similar to the building we're in right now. Even the way it's painted, crazy. What's up, man?
That's Leroy. What's going on? How's everybody doing?
I'll give it a pound. Just, So yeah, they should be here any minute. Everything's in tune. We don't have to mess with the tuning. And he's using our snare as well.
Fantastic.
So now it's just a matter of, setting up the mics. Now, I do want to use the big guys up there.
Sure thing.
The thing behind here, and then those two PZMs, and then whatever else.
Take the figure 8, and we'll put it 90 degrees. Last time I mounted a large diaphragm condenser on an Omni setting, and I put it behind a
large diaphragm condenser?
Yeah, on an Omni setting.
Now, depending on what we do with the floor, because this might be all, might be just an area rug and all wood floor. I'm thinking about having the opposite of baffles in here. So I'm gonna actually stick a giant piece of plywood and mic the plywood.
Oh, that sounds gnarly.
So we'll see.
I love it.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. Head on in. Andy, good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Head on in.
I forgot you were there. That's why I texted you. I was like,
The drums are set up. He has his cymbal set up. We have a hi-hat, a left crash, drummer's left crash, drummer's right crash, ride, and a china. Let's get to work.
Get it together.
Cool.
So right now I'm just, putting the cables on, getting everything all patched in. And getting the mics generally where they're going to be sitting.
Awesome.
I'm going to do some more fine-tuned adjustments once everything's plugged in and ready to go, and our drummer gets behind the kit, tests it out, make sure he's not going to hit any mics or anything.
That's it. So now what's going on with these overheads?
So these overheads. So I'm going to have my two primary overheads. So my from audience perspective, right and left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have one additional small diaphragm condenser to mic the china and the ride. So, we'll be able to bring those cymbals up on their own independent of the overheads. And not pictured yet, but I'm going to have an additional mic on the hi-hat.
Very good.
But otherwise pretty straightforward. Got kick, snare top and bottom, and just SM57 on each of the toms.
Now, just to be clear, we call these overheads, but they're more like cymbal mics. Do you want to try adding an additional overhead, like a mono?
We can certainly do that.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, we have the rooms, we have that additional room, and that one additional mono overhead just for fun, and we'll see what we have.
Yeah, we should be good.
Cool.
Let's do it. We're doing well.
We have our experimental mono overhead directly over the snare.
So I have that directly over the snare since we're going to pan the snare in mixing right in the center.
Awesome.
So it should give us a nice image of the kit. And
Cool.
Then last thing to set up is I'm going to just put one more mic back over here behind just your portable vocal booth.
So what is the point of this vocal booth?
So the vocal booth is just to diffuse the sound.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I have a figure 8 mic. I'm going to put the figure 8 mic behind here, and I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. So the figure 8, it's kind of like picking up the sides, but it's still a mono signal. So that should give us a nice diffused sound to blend in with the rest of the
So
kit.
what do you mean by diffuse?
So diffuse meaning it's not picking up a direct sound from the source. So
Nice.
for instance, you got the mics on the toms, they're picking up a very clean, direct sound from the tom. By diffusing it, it just kind of adds a coloration to the overall sound that the kit is producing. And
Okay, cool.
since that's a room mic, that's going to capture the entire kit. And with the diffusion, it's just a nice texture to blend in with the other close mics.
And I agree, 100%. We're going to have a nice, full, exciting drum sound. So I think we're set with drum microphones. Do you have the mic set up on the TV?
Oh yeah, let me just back this up.
So like I've said in multiple videos, we try to reject the hi-hat as much as possible. As you know, hi-hats are always a problem. They're ridiculously loud no matter what you do. So I'm more worried about getting the cymbals and the overheads than anything else. My cymbal mics do not capture the kit. I mean, obviously they do, but they're more geared towards capturing the actual cymbal sound. And then we use, in this case, we're experimenting with a mono room mic or mono overhead. And then the room mics up there, and then an additional room mic and additional room mics on the ground. Those will be used to blend the sound of the kit together. So, when I went to school for audio, they really tried to push the whole thing with the overheads to blend the sound of the kit together. For me, that works if you're doing jazz, country, blues, other stuff. But, I like as much control in the mix as possible. So there you have it. And we'll test it out and see how it goes. And also, Ben is not a Mac guy, right?
I'm not a Mac guy. I like paying less.
Exactly. And honestly, you can get a much more powerful PC than Mac. I mean, now it's kind of equal, so it doesn't matter. Because I get people asking me all the time, can they use Pro Tools on a PC? And of course you can.
Mm-hmm. Doing it right now.
See? Let's hear, can we hear the rooms by themselves?
All right, so here's just the diffused one.
Okay. Cool.
Here are the floors added. Up high ones. The center overhead. I love it. Yeah, especially with the centered one directly over it.
Yeah. It's cool. Dude, we'll kill it today. I know you're gonna do awesome. Now you're gonna track scratches, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll track scratches, and we're doing 2 days of drums because it's 5 songs?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
5 songs, very good. Cool. Well, guys, I'll catch you soon.
Yes.
So my work is done. I'll let the guys get to work, knock out some killer drum tracks. Now, if you noticed, we spent a lot of time getting tones right at the source, which is something I always, try to drive home on this channel. Yeah, and we also experimented a little. So, I made sure I got the cymbals mic'd right by miking them nice and close, avoiding the hi-hat. I used my tried and true, drum room miking techniques that worked, and I also tried some new ones. So if there's a takeaway here, always experiment, but also make sure that you take the time to track things properly instead of trying to fix them in the mix. And I also want to say this, I couldn't do this without Ben. Again, I have so many projects happening at once. There's no way I would be able to do them all on my own. So with this project, it's kind of dispersed amongst 3 different producers. And then at the end, I'll be doing all the mixing and mastering. So right now is the official start of my weekend. It's around 2 o'clock on a Saturday. I'm gonna head home and, I don't know, eat something and maybe play a little guitar.
Well, I got to practice a little bit of guitar today, which is a miracle. In 2021, I decided to start practicing guitar again because I've been doing so much producing and recording that I had very little time to myself before the apocalypse came into full effect last year. So in other words, trying to turn a negative into a positive. So right now it's around 5 o'clock. My girlfriend just got home a little while ago. She went on a hike today. So I went to the studio. She went on a hike. And I guess we'll do a little bit of, hanging out tonight, I guess. Now, you probably know if you watched any of my videos, I'm a huge horror fan. I love the old school stuff. And I'm a VHS collector. I've been collecting VHS since I was a little kid. I don't go crazy. I don't buy everything under the sun. I only buy stuff that I'm really interested in and stuff that I feel has, value, or even if it's sentimental value for myself. And one of my favorite things to do is to go to a thrift store in my area that's a few towns over. They always have great finds as far as VHS tapes are concerned. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over there in, I don't know, half hour or so and see if they have anything cool in stock, and then we might grab dinner and, just overall have a normal outing.
Are you ready to go?
40 seconds.
But that's 40 seconds less time that we could spend at the VV's. All right, we're on our way to Value Village, otherwise known as what? And we'll see what they have. I've always wanted to try that seafood restaurant. I guess one day when we can eat indoors, give it a shot. Okay, here we are. We made it in one piece. Oh, what do we have today? A lot of Disney stuff. Oh, wait. Copy of Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. Oh, holy, I've been looking for a copy of this. Like an idiot, I gave away this copy because I have it on DVD. Looks like I'll definitely be picking this up. Plan 9 from Outer Space. All right. I don't have this on VHS. Say, it's always random what you'll find here.
It's a good movie. Now and then.
So what do you have?
Some books.
What books?
Some thrillers I found.
Okay. So she looks for books, smart people stuff, and I have outdated technology here that only nutcases like me would ever collect. Well, that was a successful haul. Haul? That what you'd call it? Got Plan 9 from Outer Space. The Rhino video release, which I think they used to release a bunch of Elvira tapes back in the day. And this print of the Terminator, I used to have this exact same print. I actually got rid of it because I have the DVD, and I always thought this artwork was awesome and this box art was cool, so I kind of always regretted getting rid of that, but now I have it back for a whole $1. So yeah, overall a successful trip, and I guess we might grab something to eat. Okay, it's 7:30 p.m. We just left the thrift store, and now we're going to try and do a little bit of outdoor dining at a Mexican restaurant. We'll see if it's overly packed and if the wait is too long. But yeah, I feel like this is a good place to end this video. I decided to combine two different types of videos. One showing you exactly how we go about recording drums within the studio, and also just a full daily vlog kind of thing. I did one about a year ago, and a few people have asked me if I would do another one, so I figured why not combine both videos into one. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. So you got to see how I record drums in the studio, and also what I would do on a typical weekend, or at least a weekend during the situation that we're currently all in. Now, I want you to achieve better results in the studio right now with the gear you already have. So with that being said, you could download my polished production checklist for absolutely free. There's a link below in this video's description. There's so much that home studio owners tend to gloss over when it comes to a full production, and I highlight these things within the checklist. So again, you can download it for absolutely free and enjoy. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And do not forget to click the little bell icon so you can be notified every time I upload more weekly videos on all things metal and rock production. You can both like and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Links are in the description below. And until next time, happy recording.